Hello, it's Leslie here. So last night I was watching a show called Chernobyl Zona Отчуждения, and I said that before in my last video. It's quite good. I'm up to series 2, season 2 rather. And there was this moment in it where it had this gauge and it said Kислород and it was going down. And I thought, what is that? I've seen it before. It's not pressure, it's not temperature. What is Kислород? And then I looked it up, of course, and it's oxygen. So I thought, well, what would be a good thing to do would be a video on the elements, the chemical elements, and who better than a former scientist, right? So I've studied science. I did a material science degree. So what I'm going to do is say the elements, and I hope my pronunciation's okay. But I'm not going to just go through them all 100 elements, because half of the elements are quite frankly useless anyway. So what I'm going to do is instead of going through them one by one, and I'm not going to do that. Instead of going, the other way to do it would be to go through the elemental groups, the alkali metals and the noble gas. I'm not going to do that either. What I'm going to do is do the language way, and I'm going to say first I'm going to list the elements that are the same in English and Russian, which is there's only a few, and some of those happen to be the noble gases anyway. And then I'll go through some others that are a little bit different, and then the ones that are very different. So first up, on the noble gas side, I'll start with neon. Neon is just neon. Then argon. Then it would be krypton. And then xenon and radon. Same sort of thing. So they all appear to be spelt the exact same way. It's probably just the stress falls on a different place. Then there's cobalt. I'm guessing it's pronounced that way. Nickel, zinc. So they are all the same, the elements that are sounding the same. So there's a whole bunch of others that end in E, like helium is Gелий, I think it is. Gелий. And then it would be Литий for lithium, Литий, Бериллий, and so on. And you can guess those, so I'm not going to talk about those. So next up, the halogen gases. I'm just doing these two groups first because they kind of tie in with the way they're pronounced. So with these, they just drop the "ine". So fluorine, well, actually fluorine's a bit different. Fluorine's Ftor. Chlorine becomes chlor. Bromine becomes brom. Iodine becomes yod. And then astatine, which, quite frankly, I never heard the element astatine mentioned in my whole degree or PhD or anything. And that just becomes astat. And then there's others that I'm not even going to talk about. So phtor, chlor, brom, iod, astat. So they're the next ones. So that's pretty easy. I don't think you'll need help with those ones. So now I'll go back to some of the initial elements, the most common ones. No, I'm not. I'm going to speak about the next similar lot. Okay. The ones that just drop the ending ium, like, for example, selenium is celion. Titanium is titan. Chromium is chrom. Tantalum is tantal. Uranium, it would be uran. And so on. Okay, so now we come to the more tricky ones that don't sound anything like what they are in English. So, hydrogen will be водород. Helium will be helium. Let's see, helium. Yeah, that would be Geli. Let me just pause. Okay, it's hard because I'm teaching this to myself as much as to you. So, what did I say it was? Sorry. Водород is hydrogen. Helium, lithium, beryllium. Boron is bor. Well, that's easy enough. Carbon is quite strange. Carbon is углерод. So hydrogen, водород. Carbon, углерод. Nitrogen, азот. Oxygen, as I said in the beginning, кислород. Sodium, here's where the thing comes in handy. That is natrий. You know how the abbreviation's Na, natrий, so that comes from Latin. Silicon is Kремний. I hope I'm saying that right. Natrий, Kремний. Sulfur is Sera. Potassium is Kali. Just remember potassium's K. Kali. Copper is Med. Not Miod. Med. Arsenic is for poisoning people. Mishak, that's very strange. Mishak. Silver is cerebro. Tin is olivo. So oliva is tin, oliva. Antimony is surma. And those are, I've just got to pause it again, sorry. Okay, so now tungsten, wolfram. Platinum is platina. Gold is zolota. Mercury, rtut. Lead is svinets. It sounds almost like someone who, a pig farmer. Svinets. So I'll just mention as well one alloy, which is probably common, which is going to be brass. That's latun, which is similar to Spanish. Latón, I think it is in Spanish. Latun. And bronze will be bronza. I know they're not elements, they're alloys, but mixtures. But, you know, I'm a material scientist, so, you know, that's why I'm including them here. Okay, so to summarize again, the main ones are водород, hydrogen. Carbon will be углерод, nitrogen, азот, oxygen, кислород, sodium, натрий. Well, let's just get rid of that one because you can probably guess that one based on the Na. And silicon, Sera. Is it Sera? Sorry, I missed one. Silicon is Kремний. Sulfur, Sera. Potassium, Kалий. You can probably guess that one again because it starts with K and it's only one. Med is copper. Mishak, that's a very strange one for me. Mishak, arsenic. Mishak. Cerebro. You might already know that from the colors, you know, if other language teachers have taught you the color cerebro, silver. You probably already know that one, so I'll get rid of that one. Oliver is tin. Surma, antimony. Rtut. What a funny sounding name. Mercury, rtut. I don't know where that comes from. And svinets, lead. So I'll go through those again. Hydrogen Водород, Carbon Углерод, Nitrogen Азот, Oxygen Кислород, Silicon Кремний, silicon is Кремний, Sulfur Сера, Copper Медь, Arsenic Mishak, Tin, Olivor, Antimony Surma, Mercury Rtut, and lead Svinets. So I hope that's been some help for you. You know, I'm sorry I haven't put up the spelling of all the elements here, but it takes a lot of time to make these videos, and I prefer to just put up my face because I think it's more interesting watching people speak than just putting up a boring video and putting over the voiceover. So I think it's more interesting to watch videos like these where you see people's faces and everything. So that's why I'm doing it this way, without the words and the letters. If you're wondering about the spelling, you can always go and look that up yourself. I'll probably put the spelling of all these elements in the description below, just so you don't have to go far to find those. But I think it's important as well that you hear the words. Don't always read them, but hear how they sound and get used to hearing things without subtitles or without words. Because here's the thing, people don't walk around with subtitles over their head. I mean, in future that will probably happen where, you know, you'll have some app and there'll be a virtual reality thing or augmented reality, and people will walk around with subtitles over their heads and everything. But at the moment, it's not how it is. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So also, you get a video, whereas the other way, I'm less likely to do it at all. So I prefer to just put them out there and do it. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I hope this was some help to you. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. I have one of the reasons I did this video is because I know that you know, one of the things that's interesting about Russia and the Soviet Union is the science that they did. And actually, I had a few science papers during my doctorate that I wanted to read. I wanted to be able to read them, and of course I couldn't read them. So I tried to use optical character recognition and everything at the time, but it was just too hard. So now one of my goals would be to read a science paper in Russian. I think that would be really cool. So anyway, so thanks for watching. It's certainly helped me doing this video, yeah, because I didn't know what nitrogen was, or carbon, or hydrogen, or any of these sort of things, let alone mercury and all that. So it's been quite interesting for me. Okay, so thanks for watching. Bye.